Next game up, you're going to have PME versus Never Scared. PME coming off of a win. They beat Grind Time last week. Never Scared coming off of a loss just now to Monarchs. Do you think it's possible that the best thing that could happen in Never Scared is they get a doubleheader before they can try to avenge that loss? Or you think it's a bad idea because now they bring that loss into this game?
I believe that it could go both ways. I think it could be a double-edged sword for them. I believe that momentum that they had in the first game that they lost can carry over into this game.
Right.
And because it can carry over, that bad performance that they had can carry over, and they may play the same way, if not worse. So that's not good. But it can benefit them in the fact that now that they have a second game, a lot of other players that were in other leagues playing, sometimes they had a tournament and whatever in other leagues, they're able to reach here. Now, the guy that they picked up this season, Ricky, as their blocker, is able to reach the game. A couple of other guys is able to reach and, play in this game. So that benefits them because now they have a better team for that weight, and they're able to at least protect Fred a little bit more and give him more time to make more accurate passes in the pocket.
And PME is definitely considered one of the top teams in the league. They added Mace, and we've seen what Mace did with last week versus them Getters. This is a very formidable team. They have a lot of weapons. Chris makes his debut. A guy that was rumored, we kind of had an idea he was going to come and follow Mace. These guys are teammates with Blackout. These guys are teammates with Super Friends. So this team is this player is somebody definitely we expect to come. And he gives them another big-time return guy. I think he kind of inconsistent offensively. He has speed, but sometimes he kind of drops some passes that he should catch. But he's definitely another weapon to a team that has a lot of firepower.
One thing we always say is he's always a good addition to your team, no matter what position you put him in. He is a decent two-way player, or obviously more known for offense. He's one person that could be a much better player, a top-notch player, if he was a little more consistent. And that's been our main critique of Chris. But adding him to this PME team can only be a complete benefit, and that can put them over the edge of the potential that this team has to win games. And adding them can only be a plus.
We're going to jump right into the game. PME gets a guy flagged twice for cursing and ejected during the throw-off. That was the fastest ejection ever in UFL history. 3rd and goal after 2 short passes. Fred finds Rod cutting in the middle of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0. Never Scared starts off well. That's what I need Fred to do. Go back to being that top-notch scoring quarterback, and he scores on his first drive.
But let's call a spade a spade. That was pretty much a gift from PME to Never Scared. Because of the 2 flags, which equate to 30 yards.
Yep.
They was
Actually
able to
35 yards because they passed the first down.
First down. So 35 yards without even making a play on offense. That was pretty much a gift to them. So Fred better score on that drive, and that's exactly what he do. He does exactly what he needs to put up points early.
Well, this team doesn't start slow with their addition because Rel on first down throws to Chris in the middle, who runs on the sideline all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. Jaquan gets the extra point. 7-6 PME. If you look here, Sean, a former all-star, steps up at safety, just gets caught watching the quarterback, and that's both a lead to disaster as Chris makes a big play to score a touchdown.
And what is the problem with all of this happening on their defense? Lack of communication.
Correct.
And that is because Sean goes to pick up the guy on the corner. That's Brandon's job. So these guys got to communicate. Sean would not have any reason to step up if he's communicating and Brandon picks him up. Because of that, the lane is left open, just not paying attention. He's watching the quarterback. Chris is able to creep up right behind him and get the pass. And one thing about Chris is he is fast.
Yes, he's a top guy as far as speed.
And they call him Flash,
Correct.
I believe. So once he gets the ball and he's off to the races, there's no way you're really catching him. And that's exactly what happened as he runs to the sideline for the score here.
2nd down, Fred with blocker from Ricky throws a Bishop in the middle for a decent game, picking up the first down. 2nd down, Fred throws a Rod on the sideline for a decent game. 4th and goal, Fred throws the Judge cutting in the end zone, knocked away by Chris. Turnover on downs. You got Chris making plays on both sides of the ball. This is why they got him. This is why he's on this team, and he's able to make a big play to stop Never Scared right here.
And that's him showing showing his value early in the game. The first 2 drives he's able to get in the game, he shows his value. on a pass, run all the way into the end zone. Now he's playing defense, locking up, knocking passes down. That is a way that you show the value in your stock as soon as they get you on your team.
Rel with 3 passes for a nice game, pick up the first down. I love the way he's moving the ball. Rel throws to Nomar on the sideline, who runs for a decent game. The defense is giving Nomar way too much space. Second down, Rel's going to make a throw in the back of the end zone. It's going to be overthrown, incomplete, but Rel gets ejected for cursing. He's out of the game, and that is huge for their starting quarterback.
And the funny thing is, that whole thing about everybody laughing and their first guy got ejected early in the game, now that comes back to bite them. This is serious business now, because your quarterback, because of one bad play, gets ejected out of the game. Most teams, once they lose their quarterback, it is all she wrote for them. And, you know, that leads to a whole bunch of problems for this team moving forward.
The big thing about that is, I think right now, PME has the best backup quarterback in the game.
Yes.
They add Chris from Harbor Humors, who made the All-Star. He was an All-Star starter last year for the Western Conference. So that is a nice guy to be coming out your bullpen. Third down, Chris is blitzed by Germ and sacked as Baby misses the block and PME has to punt. Baby's here to make this play. Now, first of all, I'm very uncomfortable with calling another man Baby. So I want to say that
You
right
always say
now.
that.
But at the end of the day, he is here to do one thing: protect the quarterback, which he doesn't. Doughboy needs to get his money back, because that is a big miss by Baby, a guy who's usually good at blocking, gets beat, and they're going to have to punt.
And the thing about it is, it's not that he's not good at blocking, because he is squaring up one-on-one. He has a problem holding a lot of times when on like long stretches.
Right.
But one thing that he is not good at doing at all is reading where this rush is coming from.
Correct.
And that is his problem. He has to know exactly where the rush is coming from to tell the quarterback where to go
Right.
and where he's supposed to block. He doesn't do that, and that causes the quarterback to get sacked, and that hurts that drive right then and there.
Third down, Fred is blitzed by Psycho, blocked by Ricky. Fred throws to Sean in the gap for a decent game. This is why they got Ricky. Ricky right now is the best blocker in the game, coming in right now in this league. That's what definitely why Never Scared went out and got him. Fourth down, Fred throws the Germ open in the gap, drop, turnover on downs. That would have gotten him a first down, and a team that led the league in drops last year, I guess they want to protect their record.
Yeah.
Because right now, they lead the league in drops in the third week. Great play, Never Scared.
And the thing is, it's not just regular drops or routine drops. Okay, we're still getting the first down. It's plays that's key and vital to them driving down the field. This was a first down pass, a routine pass that he drops. A simple pass that leads to them turning over the ball. That's unfortunate for them.
Third down, Chris gets blitzed by Just. Chris dodges the tag, throws a Norma open on the sideline, who runs for a nice gain. If you look here, Bishop steps up, leaving him open. But this is something that Chris can do that Rel can't. Chris has speed, and he can move in the pocket, and that is a great throw by a guy who people don't really talk about no more, who was a former All-Star, making a big play here. And like I said, Bishop is still good offensively, but if Bishop is your line of defense defensively, stuff like this is going to happen. Last play before half, Chris finds Chris in the front of the end zone for the touchdown, taking us into the half, 13-6. And this is back to the Chris and Chris connection of last year. If you remember, Chris used to throw the C19.
Yes.
Another Chris. Now, this is not the same Chris, but his name is Chris. And of course, Chris is going to be comfortable throwing to Chris because he's used to throwing to Chris last year. And bottom line, same results, 13-6.
And the funny thing is, you don't know how annoying it is to hear that. Chris throws to Chris. It's so confusing and it's so annoying. But regardless of what, that's the way that you end the drive and a half.
Chris's second
And
touchdown in the game, which is why they got him.
Personally, I believe that Rel getting kicked out the game is the worst thing that could happen to Never Scared. Because now you have a quarterback. I'm not going to say that he has a stronger arm as Rel,
Right.
but the fact that he can run, it makes him that much more dangerous.
Correct.
And because of that, now you have to respect the run. He could take off, and because of that, that draws the defense in, and now he has the ability to throw over the top. This is the worst thing that could happen to a defense, knowing that now you have another problem as the backup quarterback comes in to score 2 touchdowns into the half.
If I'm Never Scared, we can't do this, man. Like, we don't have a very good defense, so we got to be able to score. You know, we scored on our first possession, but then we got stopped, and then we dropped the first down that ended another drive.
Yeah.
We're not a very good team right now, and it's not because of a lack of talent. It's because of the lack of discipline. Now, Ricky being here, Ricky has to take over as leader of this team.
Yeah.
Ed is not here, who's their coach, but Ricky has to take over this team. For what a lot of people don't know is Ricky was one of the main brains behind Carver. Winning, I think he won 2 championships with them. He wasn't with them on the first one.
No.
He was a main cog on that team. They need to go back to letting Ricky lead this team if they want success. And they got to find a way to catch the football.
Yeah.
Because them drops are adding up. And once again, the team that led the league in drops last year leads the league in drops this year. We're going to jump right into the second half. Second down, 4 rush. Chris runs in the gap. Big block here by Carmine. Chris cuts inside, runs all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. 19-6. PME scores again.
And now all of their offense is stepping up and making plays. Like I said during the half, the worst thing that could have happened to this Never Scared defense is a quarterback like Chris picking up the slack for Rel, because now he's stepping up. Other guys are blocking. He's able to throw passes on the rollout. So there's so much that they have to do to cover this quarterback. And because of that, the other receivers are able to take notice and take advantage. And now they're stepping up and making points here.
Third down, we're blocking from Ricky. Fred throws to Sean in the gap, getting him to the 48-yard line. After getting the first down, we're blocking from Ricky. Fred runs in the gap for a decent gain. Third down, we're blocking again from Ricky. Fred finds Brandon open in the end zone for the touchdown. Bishop gets the extra point, 19-13. This is why they got Ricky. This is what Ricky does. This is what he named. He hangs his hat on, being able to block by quarterback protection. And the more protection Fred is, the more his confidence goes up, the more he's dangerous. Great play by him there.
And one thing I could say about Never Scared last year, even though they dropped passes or whatever, whenever Fred was able to be protected, they were able to score points. And one thing that they had last year that they don't have this year is they don't have Eric. Eric was one of the better blockers last year. They don't have him, but they replaced him with the best blocker in the league, and Ricky. So because of that, Fred is comfortable, he's taking his time, and he's able to get into the end zone for the first time this half.
After getting the first down, Chris with 2 passes on the sideline for a decent game. 4th and goal, Chris is blitzed by Rod. Steps up, throws to Mace in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Mace with the catch over 2 defenders. Tone gets the extra point, 27-13 PME.
And I'm going to say this. Yes, that was a nice catch by Mace. Mace is a person that when you get him in the game, one thing you can say is he'll always have hands on the ball. Once he touches it with his hands, he does come away with it most of the time. So that's one thing you can say about Mace. That is a great catch.
We've seen him make
a
big catch like that with Blackout in Brooklyn for a touchdown.
Yes, definitely. So emphasizing that. But more so than that, the thing about Chris that makes this play develop so well is the fact that he's able to gather time for himself. He sees a blitz coming with Rod. All he does is step up and roll out and make this pass. So that was him extending the play by himself with his feet. That is a dangerous quarterback. We talk about that with Shannon, but Chris last year was able to do that when he was a starting quarterback, and as he's stepping in as the backup, he's showing that he's still able to do that whenever you call his name.
After getting the first down, Fred throws to Sean on the sideline for a nice gain. Second down, Fred throws to Brandon in the gap with a big block from Jerm. Brandon gets into the end zone for the touchdown, 27-19. Brandon's 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd touchdown of the day. This is why they went out and got this guy. Now, I was upset with the fact that he got a 15-yard penalty for taunting, but one thing you can't say, this kid lacks some talent. He finds a way in the end zone. He's one of the most difficult guys to guard, especially in space, and he makes PME pay for it with a touchdown here.
In my opinion, I think that Brandon, even though he had 3 touchdowns in this day, I think that he's kind of underutilized right now. I don't even think that Fred is able to get into a good rhythm with him yet. And I think because of that, it's only late that he's starting to get into this stride. So Brandon getting into the end zone, everybody stepping up to block. They need that. If their whole defense is able to look out and make plays, they're able to put up points.
After 2 short runs, Chris runs for a short gain, but Chris is flagged for running too early, lost it down. That is huge on that play. 4th down at the 45, Chris pump fakes, but the ball falls out his hand. Turnover on downs. Big play for Never Scared. They have an opportunity to win this game. They're down 8.
And after all the plays Chris was able to do stepping into this game, that whole drive was his fault.
Yep.
It definitely was his fault. After 2 short plays, he runs without the blocker picking up the block and giving him an opportunity to run. he loses the down. Fourth down, probably a routine first down he's supposed to get. He doesn't even give himself a chance because as he pumps, he loses the ball here. So that's all on Chris. Unfortunately, that gives Never Scared the opportunity to come right back into this game because they're in striking distance right now.
Third down, Fred throws a rock in the gap for a decent gain as time is running out. Fourth and goal, Fred finds Sean in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. They're chasing two, right back in the game. Great play by Fred to lead the team down the field.
And when Fred has confidence, he's able to get his team in the end zone to score points. And that's something that they need to do moving forward. They have opportunity. They're within striking distance to tie the game. Obviously, have no choice to go for two. So that's exactly what they're going to do right here.
They go for two to tie the game. Fred on 4 rush. Those are just in the middle of the end zone. Knocked away by Psycho. Ending the game. PME sneaks away with a win, 27-25.
I mean, PME had some of the worst things to happen to them. Their quarterback gets ejected for the game. They still come away with the win, mainly because they have the best backup you can ask for in the league, and Chris. And he steps up in a big way, scoring, I believe, 2 touchdowns for them.
And a run.
2 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. You can't ask for a better performance from a quarterback. A backup quarterback, mind you. And everybody else steps up. They make blocks and they lock up on defense the best way that they can.
And the other Chris with 2 touchdowns on his his debut, and Mace another reason showing why PME went out and got him.
It's just crazy that every single acquisition that this team made showed up in this game. Mace, as a pickup for this team, he's able to show that he is a valuable asset to this team. Chris, right off of the gate, is able to show that he is a good two-way player that's going to perform at the highest caliber for this team, and he shows it right in this game right here. And Chris showing that even though he is an offensive threat, because he's fast enough to beat defenders in the gaps and downfield on offense, he can also put up points at quarterback. This team is dangerous no matter how you look at them because they can find a way to score points any way they choose. And when you have them with that utmost confidence that they can do something like that, they are a team that's going to be hard to beat moving forward in the season.
This is a big loss for Never Scared. 1, they're 0-3 in a tough division. But you scored 1 touchdown in the first half. You went 1 for 3. Mm-hmm. Scored your first drive, got stopped the next 2, dropping 1 play for first down that would have got you more downs. But in the second half, Fred threw 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Brandon, 1 to Sean, and was a 2-point conversion away from tying this game. Mm-hmm. With that, I love what I saw. With that, I love what Ricky brought that second game. But your defense cannot allow the starter to get ejected. Also, Jaquan, their best player, got ejected in this game too. That can't happen, and you give up 3 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. This defense, after Fred is giving you everything you got, the starting quarterback gets ejected.
Yeah.
And then you give up 3 touchdowns. That can't happen. 1 on the run. 1 on 4th down to Mace. This defense has to make plays. They have to find a way to make plays. You can't continue to give away wins. Chris runs for a touchdown, right? Mm-hmm. If you look on the run, it's on 2nd down. He runs the touchdown in. You give up a touchdown on 4th down with 2 of your defenders there. They run into each other practically. Mace comes away with the catch. You cannot do that if you're Never Scared. You have to find a way to win games and make stops. The first game, they gave up a big return because of Brandon's 15-yard penalty, and they give up a touchdown. You can't do that. You're giving games away in a tough division. Now, this is a loss that hurts, but it's something you could build on. Ricky shows what he brings to this team. 3 touchdowns in the second half is a great play by Fred's confidence. I love that. You can't afford to lose any more games. Now, you lost to a top team. PME is considered a top team.
Yeah.
Monarchs is a sleeper team that I think is really good. And Don't Sleep is a pretty good team also. But you lost, and then you lose to 2 teams in your division.
Yeah.
That hurts when it comes down to the playoffs. You got PME, who's 2-0. You got Monarchs, who's 2-0. So that hurts you in your division, that you lost to 2 teams who haven't had losses yet. So right now, they're on top of you in the division. The only way you could jump them in the division is if they end up with the season with more losses than you. That hurts. But this team showed the ability to make plays and have enough firepower, especially with Brandon, with those 3 touchdowns in 2 games, that can take you to a next level. They can turn it around, but they don't have a lot of wiggle room right now.
I'm not going to say much because you pretty much kind of laid it out for us already.
Right.
But one thing I could say about PME, you like to talk about when you have 2 quarterbacks.
You really have
none. So I'm curious to see, to know your
what
opinion
I think
about this situation.
Chris is better than Rel.
Ooh. Ooh.
Why?
Okay.
Want to know why?
Why?
Chris doesn't need a blocker. Rel does.
That's okay.
So now
a
you
good
have
point.
another offensive weapon when you don't have to leave a blocker.
Yes, but
Jaquan is a big receiver to Rel. But Jaquan made an all-star team playing with Chris.
yeah,
So you're going to go with Rel. That's your starter. But the minute Rel struggle,
yeah. I was waiting for you to
the
get
minute
that.
Rel struggle,
Yeah,
it's, Rel got ejected. Chris came in and had 3 touchdowns, 1 on a run, 2 passes.
yeah,
And the other one, the only time he got stopped, when he did get stopped, it was because of a ball that went into the dirt.
yeah. But I'm gonna say this: I'm not 100.
Chris gives you a better weapon at quarterback.
I just want to hear your opinion, but I'm not there yet. I'm not gonna say that because one thing that's different. What I would say, if I'm a coach, I would rather have Rel at the helm.
Because Chris can go play offense as a receiver.
Exactly. Because once you take Rel out of the game, where else is he gonna go? I'm not saying that he can't play anything else.
He can't play anything else.
Well,
not on his offense. They have too many weapons.
There you go.
He's not better than anybody in his offense.
Well, then there you go. So my thing is, you get more from Chris when he's playing as receiver than you do at quarterback, because then you lose Rel completely. Rel is a capable quarterback. I'm not gonna say that, he's, Chris is better than him, he should be the starter and all of that. I'm not gonna go and say that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, with Rel at quarterback, as good as he is, you have more options on offense, and the more options you have, the more stronger your offense is overall. Even counting the fact that Chris can run and he doesn't need a blocker, I still say that their offense is stronger with Rel at quarterback. But it remains to be seen what will happen with, as Rel continues on getting used to the league later on in the season.
All I know is one thing. I'm concerned with this defense. Because, yes, they played Grind Time first game and they beat Grind Time 13-6. That's true. Right.
Yeah.
Grind Time has a lack of firepower defensively.
Yeah.
But Never Scared is far from a defensive team. They gave up 6 points to Grind Time. Now, that was a game White got hurt. Lou didn't look the best. Yomi's down. They don't have the same firepower.
Yeah.
Fred was able to score 4 touchdowns on them and throw 3 in the second half. I would be concerned if I was this PME. This defense is not so lights out, especially when you give up 25 points. They better be concerned. They better find a way to fix it, because you're going to play even better offenses, more high-powered offense. So I wouldn't hang my hat on that 6 points I gave up to Grind Time when Never Scared came back and scored 25 on me. We're going to wrap this one up. PME coming away with a close victory over Never Scared, 27-25. We'll be right back. Last game up, you're going to have Don't Sleep versus 99 Problems. Don't Sleep is coming off of a big win over Never Scared last week. And 99 is coming off of a win to them Getters. Now, this game is big because you're going to have KC versus Shannon in their first game in the UFL versus each other since they were teammates. And 99 decided to move on and go with KC at quarterback. You got to think that KC is coming with a little, I don't want to say hate. I don't think it's hate, but with something to prove that they didn't make the right move. And Shannon is eager to show that this team made the right move by going to him. What do you think? Who do you think this game means more to?
I would say that this game means more to KC because, and not necessarily in the way that you're thinking. Like, I get the whole thing about, that he should have stayed on 99 and he has to prove that they made the wrong move or whatever. But I think that he has more to prove that, hey, I was on his team. They let me go. I'm on my own team now with Don't Sleep. I got to perform at my home court. I got to perform with my home team. Otherwise, everything that I did with 99 and anywhere else is a fluke. So that's what I believe he has to prove more than anything else. If he can't perform on his own team, then something is wrong.
So you're thinking for the season, not just this game.
Yes, not just this game. I think that he has to perform, especially in the game against the team that he played against. So he's supposed to be able to know the ins and outs of this team.
Correct.
How they play, what strategy they like to use, how he can exploit their defense. These are things that he has to show that he knows and that he can benefit from having experience playing with this team. If not, then he may have some questions that this team needs to answer themselves, answer together as they move forward in the season.
All right, we're going to jump right into the game. Second down, Shannon throws a Twan on the sideline, who cuts inside and runs for a nice gain in the first down. The question was this a tag?
This play was close, but I don't believe that they made the tag there as Twan cuts across the field. I think that they just missed. They believe that they got him, but I don't think that it was a clear tag, and obviously the refs would agree because it's hard to see, especially on the film right here.
Right.
It's hard to see clearly that it was a tag.
So it's either or, basically.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like one of those bang-bang plays.
Shannon throws a Jesse in the middle for a decent gain. Second and goal, Shannon finds Bop in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Christian gets the extra point, and Shannon scores right away.
And I believe that big play that they make to Twan early in the drive is what helped them get downfield to score. Shannon's able to take advantage of that and score early. They strike first, and they strike early in the game.
After getting the first down, Casey throws to Joel on the sideline for a decent game. Third down, Casey is blitzed by Ghostface, throws deep to Dito in the gap, knocked away by Ja. Fourth and goal, Casey on 4 rush, throws to Rice in the front of the end zone, off target, picked off by Charles, who runs it all the way back into the end zone for the touchdown. Christian gets the extra point, 14-0. And Casey should know better than to make a throw like that on this team. Charles is a new addition to this team. One thing about this team, their defense is very dangerous. They live off of making interceptions. I believe they was in second last year, first the year before. They make turnovers on interceptions. This one hurts them as they score 6 on it.
And the thing about this play here is I believe that this play all unfolded because on 4th down, Price was under pressure to make a play.
Yep.
He had to try to make something. There was nothing else, so he forces a pass. 99 is able to take advantage of it and take it all the way back for 6 points. So I'm not going to kill KC on this play in particular, but the fact that it takes 4th down from so far away for you to try to go for a score shows that you're struggling to get close to the end zone.
After getting a first down, Casey throws a Grunk near the sideline. Ghostface gets a hand in. It's picked off by Jay, who runs it all the way back into the end zone for the touchdown. Stretch gets the extra point, 21-0 already. Now, Grunk wanted a flag. He thought he was passing interference. First of all, Grunk is about 6'5". Next thing involved, the guy is at least 385. With height, hops, and size, you're not going to get this call. Catch the football. He does it, lets his quarterback down, and Jay, another new addition to this team, makes Don't Sleep pay another interception, pick 6.
And the thing about this play here is it's not only that Grunk dropped this pass. I believe that Ghostface puts a hand in it. Jamal gets there and gets a hand in and is able to knock the ball free for Jay to catch the ball. So it's not only that that Grunk dropped the pass. I think that Ghostface is good at reading the play and get in to make a play on the ball. That's the second time doing it. Last week, we saw him do it with that pitch play. He's able to read the pass, and he's able to do this play again, and he's able to get a big play for them to get 6 points.
During the return, Macho waves fair catch, and Twan is flagged for illegal contact. 20 yards and the first down. Second down, Casey throws a spider on the sideline for a decent gain. Fourth down, Casey on forward rush, throws a Rice in the front of the end zone, drop, turnover on downs. Now they're dropping the ball. You can't have the name Rice and drop in touchdowns against this dangerous team. Huge mistake. That's another stop.
And 2 interceptions, run back for scores. And then when you're able to get to the end zone and throw a pass for your receiver to catch it for 6 points, he drops the ball. I don't know any quarterback at this point that starts to kind of lose their confidence after all that's happening. And it's only the first half. So anything that could have happened on this against this team, and that's why they're struggling, because now they can't even catch the pass right now.
After a short pass, Shannon on forward rush throws a JR in the gap, picked off by Joel. That is a great play by Joel. Joel's the leader of this team. Joel's the owner of this team. He's showing at the end of the day, he's taking the ball out regardless of the score. Great interception, big mistake by Shannon.
And he has to step up and make plays like this. Somebody has to step up and get this team back, get their head focused on the game. When you make big defensive plays like that, that's something that the team can feed off of. Hopefully for them, they're able to do that with this play.
Casey with 2 passes for a decent game, getting them to the 20-yard line. 10 seconds left. Casey on third down throws to Joel in the gap for a decent game. Last play before half, Casey throws a jail in the front of the end zone, knocked away by Charles, taking us into the half, 21-0. Great play by Charles, who already has a pick 6. He knows where Casey's lining up. He knows where Casey's throwing the ball. He makes a big stop here.
And the thing about this Don't Sleep team is, like I said earlier in the game, the worst things that could have happened for this team already happened. 2 straight interceptions run back for the score. A lot of it, some would say that one of them was not really his fault, but I would say it kind of is his fault, because not only is he not struggling to move the ball on certain plays, but on a play like this, he should see that the defender is
telegraphing his pass.
So they're telegraphing. And remember how I said that Casey should be able to read and exploit the defense because he played with this team? It's the other way around.
And it's 2 guys that did not play with Casey last year. So obviously, the game plan with these other defenders on defense that played with Casey, pass it on to the other guys. Because for Charles to have a pick 6 and a big knockdown, and for Ghostface to knock a pass down that got to Jay for a pick 6, shows that they know the blueprint. They know the story. They know the book in order to read KC.
And the fact that KC is not even able to connect with Dito really in this game just shows the lack of confidence that he has right now, because nothing's really going for them. They need a big play, and they need it fast in the second half in order for them to get that spark back, for them to have a chance later.
If I told somebody that 99 would be up 21-0 with Shannon throwing 1 touchdown and 1 interception, I'll take that all day long. And the guy is barely running the ball. This 99 problem team is an energy team. They're very dangerous. And one thing about them, when they smell blood in the water, they go for the kill. We're going to jump into the second half. Second down, Casey throws deep to Spider on the sideline. That's going to be dropped. After getting the first down, Casey with 2 passes for a decent gain, getting him to the 20-yard line. Third down, Casey throws the Spider. That's going to be dropped. He must not have his fire powers today, because if Spider-Man can stick to the wall, how can he not catch a football? I don't know. He needs to change his name after that performance. Fourth down, Casey on forward rush, throws it up high, incomplete. Turnover on downs. They get stopped again.
And right when I said that, and right when they need an opportunity to score, they don't get it here. They don't start off strong, and because of that, there's but so much they can do, because now that's going to spill into their defense. And with 99 having all the energy and momentum in the world, they're going to be a tougher team to stop as you bring your defense back on the field.
After getting the first down, Shannon throws to Drew in the gap, who runs for a decent gain. Second down, Shannon throws deep to Christian in the back of the end zone, caught but out of bounds. Third down, Shannon is blitzed by Hector and sacked by Joel. This is a great play. They're able to neutralize Shannon on that. Great play by them. Fourth down, Shannon on forward rush throws it up, tipped and picked off by Aha, who takes it all the way to the 40-yard line. 4 and out. Great stop by this 99. Shannon threw his second pick of the day.
And even though that was an ill-advised interception on 4th down, he's able to get some decent yardage to get them into good striking distance. But at the end of the day, they were able to make some good defensive plays to stop this 99 team from pulling away with the game further than they already have. So they have opportunity. They make up for what they did in the last time in offense, but they have to take advantage, and they have to take advantage now.
Right now the score is 21-0. Casey with 2 passes in the gap for a nice gain, getting into the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal. Casey finds J.O. in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Joel gets the extra point. 21-8. They finally get in the end zone.
Finally, they're able to capitalize on a defensive drive that they were able to make on defense. So Casey's able to get the confidence to drive down the field. Guys are stepping up, making catches, and they finally get into the end zone. This is something that they should have did in the beginning. It's a little late, but hopefully the defense can hold long enough for them to come back.
2nd down, Shannon with a pass to Book in the gap for a decent gain. 3rd down, Shannon on 4 rush throws it Jay open in the middle for a decent gain as Joel steps up, leaving them open. After getting the 1st down, Shannon on 4 rush is sacked by Hector. They're able to neutralize Shannon's running game. Plus, I don't think he's taking this running seriously. He's trying to pass. 3rd down, Shannon throws deep to Twan in the middle. Tip picked by A.R. Giving it back to Don't Sleep. 2 guys was open. Shannon forces his 3rd interception of the day.
And this is the 2nd interception that he threw to A.R. Same person catches the bat, catches interceptions the 2nd time. So this is yet another play that they were able to stop this 99 offense, and because of that, they have yet another opportunity to close the gap with the offense on the field.
2nd down, Casey is blitzed by Ghostface. Throw to Joel in the gap for a decent gain. Then 3rd down, Casey throws to Lonnie in the gap. That's going to be dropped. 4th down, Casey throws a Macho at the 50-yard line. That's going to be dropped. Turning the ball over. They wasn't even able to get a 1st down because of the drops. 2 drops again on this drive. They're letting Casey down.
I mean, there's 2 drops that we showed. I think that was 3 drops in this drive alone.
Correct.
And as you see on this drop right here, you see Casey laughing because he's frustrated. You know, obviously, he's struggling in this game. He's trying to get his team back in the game. And right when they have opportunity, now they're dropping passes. This is not something that they need. It's like everything that's going wrong has. I've been saying it all game, but it hasn't changed in the 2nd half. And this is yet another drive that's showing that.
Shannon on 1st down throws it Christian, cutting in the gap, caught in the end zone for the touchdown. End the game 27-8, blowout win by 99.
And this was Don't Sleep. Actually, after those 2 interception runbacks, starting to take a page out of Never Scared's playbook and dropping passes. And that's something that I never would have expected Don't Sleep to do, you know? But that's exactly what happens. And it doesn't end well for them in this game.
We're going to go to the interview. We're going to have Shannon for 99, and we're going to have Maine for Don't Sleep. We're going to be right back.
What's going on? Stephen J here with Shannon, quarterback at 99. Just came off of a big win, 27-8. Tell me about your defense first. 2 pick sixes. You're no longer on this defense. So you got to watch from the sideline. What did this defense prove? And y'all still ain't got Herbie yet.
The defense proved to me that they dogs, man. They want to come out and play, and they won this game for us, man. The defense won the game. Two pick sixes, and I threw my 2nd touchdown of the game at the end of the game, so they won the whole game for us. They controlled the game.
Tell me what happened with, in your opinion, you played with him, KC. 2 interceptions. 1 was his fault. It's dropped. He just looked inconsistent. You playing with him, what would you say you think happened?
I think, when you have, like, your main receivers is dropping the ball for you, it's like, come on, man. It's like, you got to help me out. Like, I'm not going to make the best throw. I'm not going to put it in the best location. But if it hits your hands, just work with me. And we won by, 2 touchdowns? So they dropped 2 touchdowns. So you do the math.
You ran the ball only about 2 times today. You barely ran. You stood in the pocket and thrown. Was that the strategy coming in? You want to show that you could be a passer, not just a runner?
It's so funny? Like, I know I can run. So running is, like, on the back of my mind. Like, I want to try to make throws and get down the field. And I was really sore. I'm not going to lie to you. I was really sore. So I didn't feel like running, to tell you the truth. I didn't feel like running.
Was it the right choice putting you at the quarterback? Did you prove today that 99 made the right choice by making you the starter?
I think I proved that at EHS, even though it's a different league. I proved that EHS. I think that's the right choice because we had different type of players. And I think from my opinion, I believe my arm is a little stronger than Casey's. And, I just adjust to the game. I could run too, so that's why they probably felt like it was a better decision to.
That's a good diplomatic answer. Are you the better quarterback?
I got so much respect for Casey. I just think it was just better for both teams because he got to go back with his camp, and I got to just start something new with my camp. So basically, I ain't had nothing to do with him not quarterbacking for us no more. I guess it was just a mutual decision to just like shake something up, switch it up, and it worked out for both of us. So I think it's an even trade.
All right, I'm going to thank Shannon for being here with us. 99 with a big win, 27-8. Shannon only threw 2 touchdown passes. And this defense showed it.
Look, the defense over there. Shout out to everybody over there.
Give him a quick shout.
Ain't about me. Everybody else got to do everything too, man. I can't do everything, and they know that, so therefore they come out hungry. And look at this guy.
Oh yeah, I got to talk
yeah,
to him.
Come here, man. Come here, man. Come here, man. Come here, man.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. I'm talking to Maine, free safety, don't sleep. Did you hype this game more than it should have been?
Nah, this is a perfect stage for us. This was that opportunity to show out. I think certain things they got to let go of from the beginning of the day that affected us in this game.
Do you think you gave 99 bulletin board material with the stuff you were saying, which caused them to come out and do what they did to y'all today?
That's mediocre stuff. This is the regular season. I'm not too worried about what they did. We'll be prepared next game. That's what footage is for. The routes and everything, it's good.
What did you say happened with KC offense in the offensive don't sleep?
To be honest with you, what happened with KC today is just bad management of the wide receivers. Everybody wants to be on the field. Nobody wants to make plays, as you can see, dropping passes. I just think we got to get all on the same page.
KC's the guy that's going to get y'all where y'all need to go? Or will we see another possible switch down the line?
Nah, we're not seeing no switch. It's KC all the way.
All right, we're going to thank Maine for being here with us. Kind of put his team out there. Unfortunately, they wasn't able to back it up. We're going to see you guys on the site.
First of all, thank you to them guys for the interviews. Really appreciate it. And we got a quote from KC, which I'll give you after. I'm going to give you the quote from KC. KC just said we got to play better. I got to play better. I got to lead better. And I got to make plays. That's all he said. Mm-hmm. You know, I appreciate that from KC. This Don't Sleep team played terrible. It's going to come down looking like KC. KC threw 2 interceptions, 2 pick sixes. 1 was dropped for an interception. This team dropped a touchdown. They had another drive where they had 2 drops. They couldn't move the ball. Yeah. Then they had 3 drops. 1 cost them a first down. This team gave this game up. This defense of Don't Sleep picked off Shannon 3 times. Yeah. They had 3 interceptions on the most dangerous quarterback in the league. Remember, I think Ramsey's the most talented. I think Lou is the best. And I think Shannon is the most dangerous. Those are all the 3s that I believe as far as those 3 quarterbacks. Shannon barely ran the ball. Mm-hmm. They neutralized him. 2 big sacks on him. Shannon threw 3 interceptions. Don't Sleep let them off of the hook. Don't Sleep. This game should not have been 27-8. Yeah. They gave 99 problems a game. And the most thing that's big as far as 99 problems on this game, when you're able to get 3 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, with your quarterback throwing 3 interceptions, and you're still able to come away with 27 points, that is a dangerous team. This was a must win because if they lose this game, they go to 1-2. Now they're 2-1. On the other side, Don't Sleep did not look like a team that was focused to win a big football game. They didn't look like a team that was there to back up their quarterback. They didn't look like a team that was here to win a football game in general. They embarrassed themselves. They embarrassed their name. Because people are going to see this game and see 27-8 and not really know what really happened. Don't Sleep gave this game away.
And I think that, and I'm going to say this. One thing that we didn't really mention is that Don't Sleep came from losing 2 big games in other leagues. They played in a tournament and they also played, I believe, in the Final Four. Correct. That they lost. So it seems like whatever happened outside of this league, they kind of brought in with them. That attitude, that lack of energy, them losing, they brought all of that into this game right here. And unfortunately, because of that, they were not able to play that high energy play that they normally play. This is not the Don't Sleep that I remember. Correct. Watching all of these years in this league.
I agree.
So they need to get it together. And one thing that they got to learn how to do is whatever happened before, they got to let go. That's completely separate to what's going on in front of you.
I agree.
You know, they are a good team. they're a good team that if they play to their potential, they are a contender in this league.
I agree.
You know? So this was a loss that they shouldn't have because they had opportunities that 99 gave them and they just didn't capitalize. They just got to learn how to let things go and just move on to the next. If they're able to do that, I believe that they're just fine. I don't think this loss is the end of the world. They're, 1-1 right now?
Yeah.
So this is not the end of the world. This is still fairly in the beginning. They just got to make sure that they don't let stuff carry over moving forward.
All right, we're going to wrap this one up. We're going to wrap the show up. We're going to give you the debut of Don's Dimes right now. Hopefully you enjoy it. Stick around for that. We're going to thank y'all guys. We're going to wish y'all once again a very happy new year. We're letting a lot of guys know it's going to be a lot of doubleheaders coming up because of the tournaments that these teams are playing. So prepare yourselves for a lot of football. So as we wrap it up and go to Don's Dimes, on behalf of everybody on Real Tough Talk, myself, Ghost, Dawn, we're going to wish y'all a happy and blessed New Year's. And we're going to wrap this up on Real Tough Talk. We'll see y'all guys next week.